welcome everybody. My name is Savage and today we're going to be looking at MATIC against its USDT pair. Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to show your support, please hit that like and subscribe button and feel free to comment down below with any feedback you may have. While you're down there, you can find a link in our description for our Discord. This is where all the magic happens. We have live AMAs with the whole team twice a week, live chart analysis, Elliott wave theory live lessons, TA requests for our members, and a whole list of other things going on in there. Why not come down and have a look? Once in the general chat area, just mention a member of staff and we'll be happy to help you. So let's get into the MATIC price analysis. So currently there's a few things that I'm sort of looking at here. I'm looking in this text that we're looking for a completed B wave move to the upside. And if that's the case, then we are looking at this as an A, B, C formation to the downside. That's what we're tracking for the moment. If it moves down below this 56.87 area, then this would be looked at as an impulsive structure. So at the moment, I'm looking at this in two ways. So either we've got an A, B, and then we're finishing off in some kind of a ending diagonal here, where we have the three-wave move followed by a three-wave move followed by what we would form a three-wave move here into this fifth wave low. So that could potentially take us towards this 6763 area if it's going to achieve one-to-one with this A wave, if that is what ends up developing here, because we're starting to get some rejection off of this. So I'm thinking that we've got a couple of options that we're tracking, but we'll keep an eye on it. So if this occurs, that would then be a completed A wave to the downside, and then we could look for a B wave move up, and then a continuation down in another either a 5-wave move or a 3-wave move or something to that effect. So that's what we're looking at here. So upon completion of this, provided that it doesn't start to form extensions, because that's the tricky thing at the moment, is a lot of this is leaving open to interpretation, that we could have sort of some extensions within this. So what I mean by that is if we have a look at this, we've got a 5-wave move here, and then we have a 3-wave move to the upside, and then we have a 5-wave. That could just be a zigzag. Alternatively, it could be that what we have here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 completed into that zone there. If this move rolls over and doesn't develop into anything to the upside, basically what we can form here is a 1, 2, and then we'd look to fall down in a 3. So if we measure this currently, I think, just want to double check it, I think it is this blue line down here. Yeah. So this 0.6845, if we start to get a rejection down here and we fall through these zones and we hit this 0.6845 area, then potentially what we could have is an impulse like I showed you there, where we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, which would then require another 4th and 5th to complete, because this is not accounting for this first drop here. So then that would be 1, 2, and then you'd have an extension within this 3rd wave. And then basically if this does extend and bring us past this 56.87 area, then we'd be looking at this as a 1, 2 down in a 3, 4, and a 5, which oh, actually, that's the wrong impulse. Sorry, let me check that again. Here we go. It's much the same. So yeah, if we fall down into this zone here, I would then be looking at us within a wave 3, and then effectively this would be your wave 1, 2, and then we would be making our way down in a wave 3. So if that's the case, we'd be looking for much lower down. There's a few options still at play, so we need to see how they react up till that point. A deeper move down would make me believe that we are in this deeper C wave correction, which is currently targeting on a daily. Let's have a look. Potential for coming down here to 1722. though these don't have to travel one to one. That's one to one, so it could end short. Ideally, we want it to cross the A wave, but they can cross anywhere. They can stop anywhere between sort of 618 and this one to one area. So that's just something we can be careful of. I'm also not ruling out that we could have this form as a zigzag down into a B wave, but there's not enough information yet to say which option is playing out. So it depends on how this move forms as to whether how likely it could be that we form a B wave and then move back to the upside. So those are the things that I'm looking at on the macro. Um, Coming back to where we were. So this is looking at it as just an ABC down with this B wave completed. There's another way that we can look at it where we are actually still in this B wave. And if I just switch my charts here, that would be this option here. And effectively what we'd be looking for is the potential of this being an A wave to the upside, this whole thing being a WXY down to this low point, and looking for potential of forming this C wave to the upside. So currently I'm having a look at this move, and I've just drawn on these lines here because you can argue that you have the third wave complete here, and that you now have a fourth and a fifth already in place. Although the structure of this just looks like a ABC currently, so there's a chance this could develop as like an expanding diagonal. And if you take the third ending position, because you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 up into this zone, then we can look at this as a potential expanding ending diagonal, and that would be let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. So we wouldn't. Invalidation of this comes by crossing down here this. Let's make it red as well. This 83 cent 63. If we cross below that, then this invalidates this potential that we have some kind of an expanding diagonal going on here. If it doesn't, if it does find support on this trend line here, what we could find is that we have another ABC to the upside. And if that's the case, we'd be looking for a move at least. Sorry, for a move at least, if we touch on this trend line, at least up to the 89.58 area, because with these expanding diagonals, what you have is wave 1 is the shortest, 3 is the next longest, and 5 is the longest wave. So if that plays out, then we could be looking for either retesting this top trend line, or just it has to move above that zone. Failing to hold the support here at this 83.63 area, we can argue that this is already a completed 5-wave move, and that we have something like this where we're forming this is an A wave and we're coming back down into a B. This could then lead to us looking for a bigger move to the upside, and then effectively we could either just have this as an A, a B, and we move up into a C like this. If that's the case, the 1-to-1 area off of the current waveform, if we have this additional fifth wave, it'll change this slightly. But if we find support on the 618, which is just a common area that we might look to find it, then the 1-to-1 would bring us up here to this area of 94.47. If we then moved up, if we retraced into the 618 area and we went past this 94.47 area, up past this $1.04 area, we could be potentially looking for a bigger impulsive structure here. The only thing is that I'm not sure if the stochastics would support a bigger move up like that. What is the daily? Daily's still low, so it's potentially on the cards. So just keeping an eye on it. Either way, crossing the crossing the low point here of 76.40. That would invalidate any potential of impulsiveness or bigger 5-wave moves coming off the back of this, whether it's like just developing into this zigzag or whether it's to develop into a 5-wave move. So that's what we're looking at currently with MATIC. We're going to keep an eye on these levels and see how they react. A move down into the support zone, but not past this red mark or this mark of 0.7640 could indicate that we have some more upside to come. But failing that and breaking back below that, we'd have to look at the first sort of option that we were discussing and look for potential of any kind of extensions to the downside. Well, I hope you found that video useful, and if you did, please hit the like button and remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all for joining me, and we'll see you all in the next video. Thank you. Cheers, everyone.